Hi folks, and welcome to another video. I hope this one finds you, well, I hope it finds you kicking goals and hitting winners and scoring touchdowns and whatever other successful sporting analogy may happen to apply to your situation. I hope it's happening for you folks. So, continuing the tradition of making videos on this channel that don't get a lot of views, I thought I'd do a Hangar Queens episode for you today, featuring the aircraft on your screen. This is, of course, the ATR 42-600, resplendent in the Druck Air livery. The ATR, released some time ago, this is the Microsoft slash Asobo slash Hans Hartmann ATR, released a while ago. There's a little bit of controversy around it. Didn't launch particularly well, as I recall. Had a few issues. It's been updated a few times, from what I can tell. I haven't flown it for a long time. That's kind of the reason behind these Hangar Queens episodes. It's an opportunity for me to reconnect with aircraft in my hangar, and I just felt like an ATR flight in a different part of the world. Hence Druck Air, and hence our flight plan today. Let me show you where we are and where we're going. And the answer to those two questions is found on your screen. Where we are is in Nepal. We're at Gautam Buddha Airport over there in Nepal. Siddhartha Nagar, I think, is the current name of this part of the world, Siddhartha Nagar, and the airport is named after the big fella, Gautam Buddha, who was born just down the road from here in a little place called Lumbini. The original Buddha, the OG Buddha, you might say, not that fat Chinese bastard that people call the Buddha. No, the original bloke, the Nepalese fella. So we're going to begin our journey there and basically head across the high country, across Kathmandu, overhead Lukla, which is here. So we'll have a view of Everest out the left-hand side, weather permitting. And then we're going to continue across into the Kingdom of Bhutan, happiest place on earth apparently, or was at one point. And we're going to try and land at everyone's favourite challenging airport. I think every flight simulation YouTube channel features at least one flight into Paro at one point or another. I haven't flown in here for ages, and I'm not sure I've ever made a video flying into Paro. So, YOLO, folks. We're heading into Paro, weather permitting. Well, I think we're going to head into Paro regardless of weather, folks. You know what you get on this channel. So, a flight of about 335 miles, so a decent old journey. About an hour and 25, I think, worth of flight time here in the ATR. We're in the little baby ATR. We're flying the Druck Air livery, and this is a Hangar Queens episode. I'm quite unfamiliar with this aeroplane now. I feel distinct lack of confidence in my ability to operate the aircraft. So, if you don't mind that in the flight simulation content, welcome aboard. Let's go flying. Right, taxiing, folks. I don't think it's possible to be less convinced of a successful outcome of a flight than what I feel this morning flying this aircraft. Completely, I can't remember what to do. I mean, a bit of that applies to every flight that I do, but today this flight deck, I'm like, are we in an aeroplane? Okay, maybe it's not quite that extreme, but it's not that far off it, folks. It's been a long time since I've flown this aeroplane. From what I could tell, there's been some update to the tablet, and I think there's been some updates to the box down here as well. It all looks the business, I must say. I just don't know how I am going to deliver the business Runway 28 here at Gautam Buddha Airport is the plan. It looks like we've got a right turn after departure. It's a pretty nice day in this part of the world. It's a fine morning. Should give us a bit of visibility of the Himalayas. Oh, that'll be nice. Nice change from some of the flying I've been doing lately. Haven't been doing a lot. Haven't been posting a lot. Haven't been feeding the beast that is the YouTube algorithm, and paying the price for that in terms of views and all that sort of stuff. Good thing I'm not too interested. What have we got a master caution happening for? What's that all about? Can I just hit the caution button and it goes away? I kind of hope so. We'll sync our heading bug. We're barring up. I think we're pretty much right. We've got flaps. We've got takeoff trim set. It's in the green. Should we do this thing? I think we're going to rotate at 108. Is that what the box is telling me? 108. Yeah. Let's do it, folks. Have faith. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Power comes in. Full juices. Boom. Set. Overset. Into the yellow. Airspeed's alive though. We'll bring that power back a little bit. Look after our engines. They look after us. Up through 90 now. And it wants to rotate itself. Magical levitating aeroplane. No back pressure on the stick whatsoever there, folks. She wanted to go. Alright, we'll retrim. Oh yeah, that annoying trim sound. Gears up. Get our flaps up as well. About 10 degrees nose up. That's what the flight director wants at this time. Now I think we come to... I'll get Georgie doing some flying. So autopilot on. And we'll get some navving mode happening, Georgie. So you should move into a right turn for us. Lovely. Oh, that's a nice view, isn't it? That's lovely. Now, I think I have to come down here somewhere, don't I? Oh, folks. This is where I need some help. Power management. Is this one? Is this one? Climb. Am I right? 180 knots indicated. We're climbing at about 1,800 feet a minute. I think everything's going alright so far. Take another external. That's just gorgeous. Look at that. Cute little bird, isn't it? The ATR? Well, I think it's cute. Beautiful Nepal. Don't mind me, folks, as I just scroll around the sky. That's lovely. Sim holding up pretty well performance-wise. Now, what are we doing, Georgie? Are we going to intercept our track? I've placed my trust in you. Your damper autopilot. We're in nav mode. LNAV pitch hold. We probably should go into IAS mode. Now, what we should do though, where's our speed? Which is it down here? Yeah, there we go. I remember that much. Let's climb out at about 200. It's the number I picked out of my ass. Now let's go IAS mode. No? Alright. IAS now 200. So it locks into what you are doing when you press that button. Let's continue slowly bugging up. We've reduced our rate of climb something chronic though. There's 200. Come on. Pitch up, you bugger. No checklists were followed, folks. Of course. Would you expect anything else? We've intercepted, or are intercepting, the magenta. 200 knots, climbing at 1,500 feet a minute. I'll take that. That's fine. Where do we select our altitude? He's forgotten to do that. What is that? He says, scrolling around. Altitude selector. Right. Oh, this is going to take a while. No, I don't want to hold altitude. No. Come on, pitch up, Georgie. Pitch up. Ah, shit. That's not good. Let's go into vertical speed for a bit. Nose up a tad, mate. Come on. Get that nose coming up. This is why you should select your altitude before engaging, Georgie. We're going to go across at 21. Flight level 210. This is going to take a while to scroll through. There's no quick scroll option by the looks of it. Come on. There's 21. Now we'll go into IAS hold again. And speed target, reduce that a little bit because we want to actually climb. Oh, there's 200. I think we've done enough so far. This is what it looks like, folks. We're an old fella who hasn't flown an aeroplane in a long time. He's trying to refamiliarise himself with it, making a video at the same time. This is what it looks like. Right turn, Georgie. Yep. Okay. Look, I'm happy with that. I'll see you during the cruise, folks, and then for an approach into Paro. Should be fun. Welcome to flight level 210. We got here eventually. Those of you that know more about this aeroplane than I do, and quite frankly, any random on the street would meet that criteria, would have been screaming at your screens in the previous segment saying, what are you trying to do, climb at 200? It'll climb at 200, it just won't climb particularly well. It'll do 200 knots, but your rate of climb reduces. So had to play around there with the speeds, reduce them and keep ourselves climbing. We got here, flight level 210, now we're presented with this beautiful view of the Himalayas. Lovely day. We've got a nice breeze up to date, about 30 knots. And we're about, probably about 10 miles to the west of Kathmandu at this time. Kathmandu will be out here, and then I wasn't able to plug Lukla into the box. I'm not sure what's going on there. It said not in database. I don't know why. So we're kind of just going direct Kathmandu straight into Paro. Yeah, oh, beautiful morning here. And yeah, we are getting along the ground. We're doing over 300 knots. Yeah, 277 TAS. We've got about 30 knots up to date. Not complaining, folks. Yeah, I might leave it there for a cruise segment, because I don't have that much really to add. What I will mention, the deliberate decision this flight not to interact with our friend Judy. I know that gets tiresome. It tires me. I lose interest in it myself. So I thought I'd give everyone a break from the Jude nonsense, but she will reappear at a future time. I'm sure she's never too far away. She haunts me like a spirit. I'll see you for an approach into Paro, folks. So I know I said I'd next see you for an approach into Paro, but this is something I do quite often. I think of something else to talk about before we get to that point. It's a lonely game, this flight simulation, cable folks. Long time between segments sometimes. Loving this flight, I gotta say. I'm not operating this aircraft with any degree of professionalism, but I'm enjoying it, as I do every single time I jump in. Oh, that's probably an exaggeration. Jump in the sim. There are some times that I don't enjoy, but more often than not I really enjoy myself, even if I don't know what I'm doing. And that's kind of the point of this segment, folks. I've just been catching up on a few forum posts, as you do, by a certain unnamed flight simulation site. Yeah, just reading an interesting discussion around, well, I guess the essence of it was the credibility, or the perceived credibility and quality of flight simulation content on YouTube. Calling out a couple of pretty popular content creators in particular. And talking about their credibility and whether they're worth watching, and how their opinions don't really matter because they're not real pilots, or the style of their presentation, their knowledge or lack thereof of a particular aeroplane type, their choice of video content. It's interesting, and it brings me back, as it so often does, and I mention this on the channel so much because it really matters. I don't give too much thought as to the relative credibility of content creators. I certainly don't give much thought as to my own credibility. I know that I don't have much. I just enjoy myself. And I think that applies to most content creators. They're putting stuff out there for others to enjoy, to inform, and to educate as much as they can within the constraints that they have. I mean, there aren't that many of us in the world, folks, for example, that are going to get to fly an ATR for real and then bring that knowledge here into the Microsoft Sim and produce a video. There's just, it's slim pickings. So the content creators that make stuff and publish it to YouTube, and there's never been more of them, they're doing it for your entertainment, and because they enjoy it. Yeah, some of them are making, or probably making, pretty decent coin. Some of them run it as a business. I think you can tell. There's a kind of a formula. I think some of them all went to the same YouTube class. There's certain things that, there's a model that people follow. If you want to be successful on YouTube, here's what you need to do. I don't do most of it. That's why I'm not that successful. However, I consider this to be a successful little operation. You know why? Because I bloody enjoy myself, and I know that other people enjoy it. My nonsense. And I thank you for it. We're just we're just overthinking it. Some people just overthink this stuff, folks. If you're not enjoying it, don't watch it. Go and watch something else. If you spend any time around the YouTube world in this flight simulation niche, you'll have preferred kind of content creators that fit what you like. So enjoy them for what they are. And if there's something more, if you want a more technical review, you kind of know where to go. If you want to be sort of just entertained, you know where to go. If you just want to watch or tag along as some old bastard flies across the Himalayas, not really knowing what he's doing, but just enjoying himself, well, welcome aboard. Just enjoy yourself, folks. That's what I'm trying to get to. The world's got too much aggro in it. Too much aggro. The next segment, I promise you, will be an approach into Paro, because we're not that far away from it. Alright, folks, approach into Paro. Runway 15 is the plan. We're flying an improvised RNAV, heavy on the improvisation. Our next constraint, altitude constraint, is to be at 13.8 in about 10 miles from here. We are just skimming the tops of these hills, I gotta say. We've cut the RNAV in sort of half, and but I'm enjoying myself, folks. That's what it's all about. I'm down to 180 odd knots, 158, so about 2,000 above our next constraint.
Too low terrain.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Georgie. He's becoming quite vocal. I'm sure that the birds will start to sing before too long as well. Their attention right at the moment is elsewhere, but once they turn around and have a look at what's happening on the screen here, I'm sure they'll express their concern as well. So runway 15, as I mentioned, here into Paro. Coming hello high water. I don't think I've ever landed particularly well into Paro, and I think the last time I was here was probably an X-plane in the Tollis. I haven't flown that for a very long time. There will be some X-plane content that comes to the channel at some point. I was going to make a video the other day. Didn't work out. I'll just leave it at that. I might try something different. We might give Georgie... Should we give Georgie a bit of a rest? I reckon we might. So we're just going to zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, about 5 miles viz. So we should be above 13.8. We'll give Georgie a break. So Georgie's off. 174 knots. Yeah, autopilot disengaged. I don't need that flashing red. I'm good. We'll try and track the magenta a little bit. This could be a long approach segment, folks, and it could end in disaster. But I'm going to try and give you some value for your investment. Those of you that do watch all the video or most of it, I know there are a lot that don't, but I want to say thank you to those of you that do consume a lot of the video. It's appreciated, folks. PR814, I think is our next one. So we're going to be slightly higher, right? So Paro's not that far away. We're back in idle. I don't know that we should be in idle. We're starting to get quite wobbly on it. We take a view out towards our destination. I'm going to bring the props up just because airspeed should be trending downwards. Trying to follow the valley here. We can probably take a stage of flap, can we? Nah. That'd be a big no. Watch the speed tape, pal. Can we take it now? Just. I'm going to take gear really early. There's Paro. How high are we? Paro's down here, folks. What we're going to do is do a circle to land one way. What's the runway the other way? 15, that'd be 33, right? There it is. We have absolutely screwed the pooch on this one. So we'll do a tight circle to land here, improvised. Runway 33. It's been a few years, folks. And it's been a few decades since I've been able to operate an aircraft with any competency. Take an external because we can. There we go. Paro Bhutan. Thankfully it's a nice morning here. Oh yeah, we'll kind of fly a bit of a teardrop back onto 33. Take to 145 knots now. I think part of the problem is that as YouTube content creators, if you fly the same aeroplane all the time, well, you get bored and your audience gets bored, of course. So people tend to sort of mix it up and fly different aeroplanes in almost every video. There's just no way that you can be be an expert on everything you fly. Just doesn't human capacity doesn't allow that. Yes. I hate that trim sound. What's this? The missed approach track, is it? How are we going? There we go. Right. We'll be able to maintain suitable space away from train. Down to 122 knots. That's alright, eh? Got ourselves slowed down. 10.9. What's happening with our barrow? Why can't I set local barrow? What's going on here? Can't get barrow off. Alright, should we make a turn towards the left? Drop down. Take another stage of flap as we do so. I've got a view there, I do. That'll help. We've got to get down something chronic, don't we? There's the strip. Alright, we've got a fighting chance, I think, this time, folks. Full flap now, 121 knots. We've got our speed well and truly under control. Just got to get it down. Might have to slip it. Slip on an ATR. Yeah. Back to idle. We're going to struggle to get in here, aren't we? 15 degrees nose down, just below the barber pole.
Sink reef.
Yeah, I know.
Sink reef.
Thank you for confirming. Just under the barber pole, 145. What's the wind doing? Oh, it's favouring a landing onto 3-3 anyway. Righto, we're going to hopefully be able to slow us enough so we don't run out of runway, folks. Runway 3-3 Paro.
500.
Yeah, 500. Yeah. Alright, we'll bring it out of that. We're coming in hot.
Pull up. 200.
I'm not pulling up.
Pull up.
We're committed. We're going to float it out a little bit. 50 over the numbers. We're floating it. We're floating it.
20.
We're floating it. And we are on.
10.
There. Into reverse. Never in doubt. Easy peasy Japanesey. Out of reverse. Flaps up. You can release the sphincters now, folks. Paro, Bhutan. Oh, what a beautifully modelled little airport. Stutterfest. But that's okay. We'll come over here, park in front of a lovely image. Oh, this is beautifully done. Is this one of Asobo's sort of handcrafted things, is it? That's pretty nice, isn't it? We'll go to gate 3. Righto, here we go. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful airport. Can we stop? Brakes. Parking brake set. Is it set? Parking brake. Parking brake is now set. Folks, welcome to Paro, Bhutan. One of the most improvised approaches you will ever see. Thanks for your company in another video, folks. You stay well, and most importantly, you enjoy your simming. Bye for now.